Hello, welcome to the Rooftop Roots Brunch Off 2021. We are up on the University District's rooftop farm, Rooftop Roots, joined by our incredible contestants and judges. I'm Emily. I'm the volunteer manager at the U District Food Bank, here to lead us through what will be an incredible morning, day, afternoon of brunch celebrations and building community around food, which is what we're all about here at the food bank. Before we meet our contestants and judges, let's share a little bit more about the rules. Each of our contestants have brought their own source of protein. All other food items come from downstairs in our food bank, and this is food that all of our food bank customers also have access to. So here's a great example of what you can make with the food from the food bank. Without further ado, let's introduce our community today. So we're gonna start with our contestants. So we have Andrew from Portage Bay. Would you like to share a little bit about yourself and what you're bringing?
I'm from Portage Bay, Roosevelt, which is right down the street next to UW. I brought in some Mount Hills pepper bacon, which we use at our restaurant. Got organic corn, bell peppers, jalapenos, and eggs. Gonna do a nice frittata, and frittata is a great community group brunch item.
Awesome. And Andrew was sharing with me a little bit before the competition that he was practicing his flip. So I want y'all to be watching for that. Okay, our next contestant, Sam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's Sam. I'm from Seattle Biscuit Company, and I'm doing a version of chicken and waffles today, kind of themed around time. So I brought some Mad Hatcher Farms chicken, which we use at the restaurant, and everything else is sourced here from the food bank. And I'm just excited to bring some of my southern roots to the food bank here today and share it with y'all.
Thank you for those introductions. We are incredibly excited to taste your brunch contributions. We're going to go ahead and introduce our judges, our three incredible judges joining us from the Northeast Seattle community. So first we have Molly.
Hi, I'm Molly Moon. I'm the founder and CEO of Molly Moon's Homemade Ice Cream and of the Anna Banana Milk Fund. And the Milk Fund donates to food banks all over Seattle and King County, including the U District Food Bank. So excited to be here.
Yes, and we are incredibly excited to have you. Thank you for your support. Next we have Aaron.
Hi, Aaron Smith, Director of Culinary Services for Seattle Public Schools. We do a lot of work with Operation Sack Lunch donations, and we just love our partnership with the food bank.
Yes, and thank you as well. And finally, we have Monica, brunch enthusiast.
Yes, I'm Monica Beach, and yes, I absolutely do love brunch. I'm a food writer, a content creator, and podcast co-host, and I love being here because I love food so much. It's all about it, and I think everyone should have access to it. So great work you're doing here at the food bank.
Awesome, agreed. Thank you all for being here. And without further ado, I believe we will start our brunch off.
Woo.
Ready, set, cook. Okay, Sam, how are you feeling?
I'm good. Andrew helped me figure out how to turn on the burner.
Yes, induction burners can be tricky,
yeah.
and I'm loving the friendly competition. Amazing.
So I see butter melting. I feel more stable now. As long as there's melted butter near me, I feel good.
We're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So you're gonna start with your waffles, is what it's looking like.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the batter going first.
I love it, yeah. First open everything.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Yes.
you're beginning with corn.
Yes, just getting my mise en place done, cutting up my vegetables, making sure I'm ready to go to make this frittata.
I love it. So are all the vegetables are going in the frittata then?
Yes.
I'm noticing like a wide variety here. It's almost like a Southwestern flair.
Yeah, a little bit
Is
of
that fair?
Tex-Mex. A lot of it's, local, organic, which is always good, healthy for you.
And the eggs are coming out. Yes, here we go. An egg is being cracked. First egg of the brunch off, coming out. Look at that technique. Oh, and he's separating. Wow. So, Sam, why are you separating the yolks and the whites of the eggs?
So I'm gonna beat the whites to fluff them up. It's kind of a nice little trick to make an extra fluffy waffle. I fold the whites in kind of at the end.
Are you feeling a little bit of pressure as we're watching you?
I've never been filmed separating eggs before, so it's a little tense.
It's
but
a first.
I feel good.
This is looking incredible, chefs. I'm gonna leave you to it and just give a quick update about the Rooftop Roots farm. So we're standing at the urban farm on the top of the food bank building, Rooftop Roots Farm. And at this farm, we're growing produce for our Northeast Seattle community, both in home delivery programs, our walk-up food bank. It's getting distributed all over. We're trying to grow culturally relevant produce up here, as well as provide education opportunities for the community. So right now, we've got volunteers up here working, as well as a partnership with the Doorway Project, doing a 10-week internship with youth on urban gardening. And hopefully we're expanding that next year, so stay tuned. We're just feeling really lucky to be up in this gorgeous space during our brunch off. So special thanks to Chanel, our Rooftop Roots manager. Before we hear from Joe, our executive director, about more context and the what and why of the food bank, let's check in with the contestants. Okay, how's it going?
It's going well. I'm attempting to make a little thyme creme anglaise, which will be kind of like a sour cream on the taco.
Wow.
May or may not work.
Your taco
but
time.
I'm trying.
Wow. Okay, cool. I've never heard that phrase before, so I'm very excited to see what that's going to look like. Fantastic. Andrew, what's happening?
I'm just mixing up my sour cream, lime, and cilantro for the top. Give it a nice little sauce on the frittata.
Awesome. So when does the bacon come in?
Bacon comes in just in about a couple minutes. I'm gonna start chopping that up and then it's gonna start cooking.
Yes, I'm most excited about the bacon portion. Okay, while the chefs are folding up their creme fraiche options, we're gonna check in with Joe, our executive director.
So great to see everyone again for our next virtual party. I'm sorry that we couldn't actually see you in person this year. We really had hopes last year that we would having you join us here. Maybe next summer we can all invite you in. The food bank has had a tremendous year. It's been tremendously challenging and at the same time tremendously successful. Our community has really rallied behind our work and provided us an amazing amount of support that we've needed to sustain and grow our operations throughout COVID. Our staff is more than twice the size that it was in our pre-COVID days, and our volunteer ranks have more than tripled, which is hugely important because it takes so much more work to do everything that we do. Our home delivery services are almost triple what they were before COVID, and that's just a lot of extra time and energy to ensure that our community members stay safe as well as stay well fed. As we look into the fall, we're excited also to think about the opportunity to reopening our food bank doors to the community. It's going to look different. It's not going to feel quite the same grocery shopping experience that we once had, but we're tremendously excited about the vaccination rates we see in our community, the vaccination rates we know on our staff and volunteers, and as a result, we're more than happy to begin our planning to ensure that we can once again open up our grocery store style shopping system to our community to ensure that their specific dietary, their specific food needs are met each and every visit with the food bank. Thanks for letting me give you a brief update about the food bank. I'm happy to kick it back to Emily so that she can share with you the updates and how our chefs are doing today.
Okay, great. We're gonna check in. How is it going over here?
Going really good. Just about to get started with the bacon, rendering it down. That's my fat and oil for the dish. And yeah, it's gonna be good.
I've been so excited about the bacon this whole day, so this is gonna be a real treat on all levels. Sam, how's it going over there?
Going great. I'm just making a quick little strawberry salsa. Andrew lent me some pre-chopped jalapenos.
Wow.
So
okay.
banked a little extra time.
I'm loving the sharing that's happening between you two. Looks like we're about 10 minutes out, and while the bacon is frying and the waffles are being cooked, we're gonna go check in with the judges. So, judges, if you would please share about what you're excited in tasting these dishes.
Yeah, I'm really excited to taste the frittata, of course. A properly cooked frittata is just a thing of beauty. And also all the fresh ingredients in there. So just the combination of the colors and the textures together really is what brunch is all about. And the fact that you can get all that food at the food bank is incredible.
Yes.
For the other dish, I just can't turn down a good chicken and waffle. And to see Sam go through that batter, sort of whip in that fluffy egg whites, I'm really excited to see how that plays out and how the flavors meld. Not to mention the preparation of the chicken. So chicken and waffles, the preparation kind of makes a difference, making it, a little tough to eat sometimes, or just tough in general.
Yes, yes. Wow, you are really a food writer.
It's kind of my thing.
Okay, any other thoughts from the judges you want to share?
I'm really excited about the flavors I see over there with the frittata, and really impressed with the quality of produce that they get to use and the freshness of the ingredients.
Yes.
I'm also a sucker for chicken. So one hand, I'm looking forward to the fried chicken, but eggs is also my favorite thing in the world. So
The combination.
yeah, combination of both, but they're two separate dishes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I appreciate Aaron and Monica that you're both mentioning the freshness of the produce. I think that's a hugely important thing in the food bank is that our customers have access to this gorgeous, healthy produce and food in general. So just another thing to highlight downstairs. Molly, do you want to share anything?
I just wish that the viewers could smell what we're smelling, because I have smelled the lime being zested for the frittata, and even like the sweetness of the corn was kind of wafting over here. And then I could smell when the strawberries were being cut, and that salsa is happening, and the little bit of the spiciness of the jalapenos. So if we taste what we're smelling, I think it's going to be a tough
A
choice.
successful brunch off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's going to get the rooftop trophy?
Yeah.
The time has come to judge the brunch items. And I think I speak for all of us when we say there's a certain air of excitement and hunger and anticipation. So without further ado, we're gonna have Andrew and Sam bring up one of their brunch items, their beautiful brunch items, and present them to the judges. So do you wanna come first, Andrew, while Sam is completing his chicken plating, and share a little bit about what has happened?
Here's a nice fresh corn, jalapeno, and red bell pepper frittata. Has a topping of a lime and cilantro sour cream. Fresh cilantro on top, fresh bell peppers to give it that nice garden feel.
Okay, here comes Sam with the taco time.
All right, the taco time. It's time. So this is a thyme buttermilk brined Mad Hatcher chicken with a thyme dredge on it as well. It's served on a thyme waffle. You can fold it up like a big old taco. It has a thyme creme anglaise and then a strawberry salsa with just a little bit of thyme.
Okay, while
enjoy.
the contestants are bringing up their plates and the judges are taking their first bites, we're going to hear from our board co-president, Michael.
I'm Michael Goodheim, the co-president of the board of the U District Food Bank. This past year has been challenging, dealing with adjustments due to COVID and the increased demand for our services caused by the recession. But we got through it, thanks to the scores of volunteers and hundreds of donors that supported our community and mission each month. We rely on volunteers and donors to serve over 7,000 households each year. Over 60% of our work hours come from our volunteers, and 70% of our revenue comes from donors. We continue to seek new volunteers to serve our clients. We're seeking both volunteers in our operations, as well as leaders willing to serve on governance committees and our board of directors. Feel free to reach out to us at udfb@udistrictfoodbank.org to get involved. And you can make a donation today to support our efforts at udistrictfoodbank.org/donate. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Now let's get back to the judging. While we were hearing from Michael, you folks were tasting the two dishes, and I heard a lot of excitement and murmurs of satisfaction and lots of good faces, and I think it's time to hear about it. So let's start with the frittata.
Well, I was really surprised by how bright and distinct each ingredient was in the frittata. It was like little flavor explosions, and the bacon was like perfect in there, and the corn was, just so fresh. Like Monica was saying, you can't get better than cutting corn off the cob.
Yes, fresh ingredients. Aaron, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I think the frittata was awesome. I really liked the crema that was on top. I mean, it was a perfect combination. The bacon wasn't overpowering. You got to taste all the fresh ingredients inside of it. Overall, just a very successful dish.
Okay, Monica, what do you think of the frittata?
I think I was really concerned about the texture, but the texture of the eggs is absolutely perfect. And you know, Molly, you were just talking about the corn. It's not just slicing that corn off the cob, but it's actually cooking it properly, so it's got a fresh bite to it, sweetness to it, and the ingredients are really, really good. Still, I was looking for jalapeno because I thought Andrew had used them in, and I'm not really sure, but it's really, really good dish.
Thank you for those thoughts. Let's move on to the taco time. Let's start with Aaron this time.
It was a surprisingly successful taco. Wasn't it? I really wasn't preparing myself to eat it as a taco, but it all together, the strawberries, the cream of the chicken, it was a perfect bite.
Amazing. Monica?
First of all, I love chicken and waffles, and I love different takes on them because I eat. So if y'all don't know, I eat a lot of fried chicken in this city, like a lot. It's more than any one person should eat. So I think that having a different take, again, like focusing on the fresh produce that you can get at the food bank, like these strawberries are sweet but not overly sweet because they're tempered with some red onion, and actually I could taste the jalapenos, and there's some mint in it as well, combined with like it just takes away like that heaviness from the fried chicken. And the waffle's definitely good. I'm always looking for a good waffle.
And the waffles were successful?
The waffles were successful, and I think we all try to eat it like a taco. So that'll be something to remember.
Okay, Miss Molly Moon.
Well, I went in really excited about the taco time, and I have to say I had a perfect bite. I had the chicken, the strawberry salsa, there was jalapeno in my bite. I could taste the sweetness of the creme anglaise, and I was surprised that the waffle stayed fluffy in the heat with the batter kind of hanging out for a while. But I had the perfect bite.
Wow. These are such incredible judgments, and I'm excited to see who wins. So I think, have you folks come to a consensus already? Or do you need a moment?
We have a decision.
You have a decision? Okay, if I could invite everyone to the front, and we will make the announcement.
The judges have came to a decision. It's a tie.
You're gonna hold it up together. Nice work.
Okay, wow, what a surprise plot twist. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to our judges and to our contestants for that incredible day of brunch. And just to echo Michael's statement, there are so many ways to plug in, to volunteer, to donate at the U District Food Bank. So please join us. You can find us on our website, and hope to see you next year. Thank you.